Being a founder is very courageous. I'm not talking about waking up one day, calling yourself a founder, putting CEO in your LinkedIn and calling it good. I'm talking about every single day waking up, spending 12 hours working on something that no one thinks you have any business working on, going to bed the next day, waking up, and doing that for years on end. But at some point, if things work out, you start to push the boulder over the mountain and things start to work out. And then all of a sudden things start to get not easier, but people start to believe in you more. People start to help you. They think you can do it. This is what they maybe call product market fit. Well, Forward Thinking Founders is a podcast that highlights everything that happens before then. We interview founders before they've figured things out, when they're still pushing that boulder up the mountain, not even sure if they're able to get up to the other side. I'm your host, Matt Sherman, and let's get into the next episode. All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Forward Thinking Founders, where we talk to founders about their companies, their visions for the future, and how the two collide. Today, I'm very excited to be talking to Abu Bakr Kamal, who's the founder of Let's Dunch. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me over here. Everything is great over here in Dubai. So looking forward to your questions.
Yeah,
How are things at your end?
things are great. It's a Monday morning. I'm overlooking a sky with pretty much no clouds in Tempe, Arizona. So I'm feeling great. But we're not here talking about weather and stuff. We're here talking about Let's Dunch. So for people that haven't heard of your company, they're not familiar with Let's Dunch. What are you working on? What's Let's Dunch?
So Let's Dunch is helping people, as in like-minded users, collaborate over food and events. So in simple words, like helping the founders find the right fit for their company, helping influencers find people. Like you can collaborate for different things. Maybe like the other day, someone told me the musicians, they would be jamming together and they're missing a drummer, something like that. Helping people to collaborate. That's it. Yeah, that's in simple terms.
So let's say I heard about Let's Dunch from this podcast and I signed up. What would I like? Can you walk me through my average user experience, maybe from signing up to meeting with someone, and kind of how the whole thing works?
So as soon as you sign up, we take you to the landing homepage where you get to see profiles, where you get to see uh, events, where you even get to see uh, online, offline events and all that. And if you need to attend those events, you need to complete your profile. So when you complete your profile, we take things like your interest, how many hours are you ready to put in if you want to collaborate. That is, if you want to collaborate. If you don't want to collaborate, that's fine. But then we even take things like, if you want to mentor a few founders or something, if you're ready to invest, those kind of things, those kind of information, we show it to other people when they come to your profile. And the beauty of the whole connection part over here is we help you choose food like restaurants or bars that's near you that you enjoy going. So anyone who wants to collaborate with you, he would be just inviting you over to the place that you enjoy going, and he pays for the food or the drink. And of course, he gives a reason why he wants to meet you. So that's how the whole thing works out. Yeah. And then after you meet, how you go about doing things, that's all up to
And why did you decide to get started with this? What's the origin story for Let's Dunch?
So I was in Dubai. Like we have a lot of startup events. Of course, before the pandemic, we had like a lot of startup events where you would go see people. But after the event, you didn't have much time to collaborate or know who's ready to collaborate. It was very confusing. You would collect this bunch of business cards, and then you come home and you would like, what did I speak to him, what did I speak to that person? There was no way finding out that person. Maximum what we did was send them a request on LinkedIn, and no one replied back. They wouldn't even recall they met you. So it was very irritating for me, to collaborate. I mean, as you can see, I'm a solo founder. Just because I didn't have someone to collaborate, to know he was available, I would easily sell the idea to some developer. I would easily sell an idea to a marketing person, but you just don't know who is ready to collaborate with you. So it took me like easily 3 to 4 years to come up with this idea, like develop it so that people would understand what I'm trying to do. Still, I think it's a bit confusing and tough, but that's the whole game, right? Test, try, test, try, win. That's all.
And so you're kind of like in the pre-seed stage, seed stage here. Like I'm curious, for founders listening that are also kind of in the same place, what do you spend your time on every day? Like I'm sure it differs often, just like it differs for me. But like if you had to like paint your most average day, like what are some activities you spend time on for the company?
Okay, so this is the toughest part. For the company, I just put in 2 to 3 hours because I have a remote team, and morning I have calls with them, and towards the end of the day, again, I get feedback what has happened, what didn't happen. I have a full-time job. I work as a sales head of sales for a B2B platform, SaaS platform, and I've been working for last 3 years for in startups just to understand how things work out. How do you launch a product? What to do, what not to do. I was lucky. I was the first hire in all the startups, and after a year, I kept on jumping to learn more, to learn more. So this time I jumped into a B2B product, a SaaS platform. So yeah, that's how my day goes, and I can't miss. So there's a good amount of time you need to give to your family. So that part is there. So that also keeps me busy.
And if you were to kind of look out into the future, 5, 10, 15 years, what would you say the big vision is here? If like everything were to work out, what does Let's Dunch look like then?
If everything worked out 10 years down the line, I would say everyone would be just passing. Like if they go online, the best thing that I would love to hear is everyone saying, "Let's Dunch and collaborate." That would be the best thing. Like it would go that viral that anyone wants to collaborate would come down to Let's Dunch. I mean, honestly, to be honest, in the pandemic, places like Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces have made people come together. But again, from there also, you're not able to reach out are ready to collaborate. So I would love people to use the link in their profiles in Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces so that someone would reach them out. There are people helping. You can see a lot of people helping in Twitter and Clubhouse. But after the space is done, I think it's a bit difficult to reach out. But I think Let's Dance would make it more fun to reach them out.
And if in order to kind of like make that happen, you'll need some help, right? Like it takes a village to make a startup work. So my question for you is, how can the forward-thinking founders community help? Are you hiring? Are you raising capital? Are you looking for users? Looking for people to dunch with? How can we assist?
Honestly, I'm looking for mentors, to be honest with you, who can guide me what to do next. Not raising money at the moment. I want to focus on the product. I want it to work. I want it to work the way I want. If I raise money, maybe I'll get stuck in that game. I don't want to get stuck in the raising money game. And I just want mentors who can guide me. I would love to hire people and all that. That's fine. But honestly, I'm looking out for mentors who would guide me, do this, do that, do this now. At least I can call them and reach out to them immediately. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
And for my last question, if someone wanted to learn more or reach out, how can they find you online? Do you have a website, social media account, or like an email address, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm there on Twitter, and you can find my Let's Dunch Twitter handle, and you can connect me to my personal account over there. You can search me in LinkedIn also, Abu Bakr Kamal, and I'm there pretty much. Uh, at the moment, yeah, Let's Dunch is the best place to find me. Just make a profile and reach out to me.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. I appreciate you coming on. I think this is like a very timely, startup for where we are in the world. And I wish you the best of luck making this happen. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for taking me on, and thanks for this opportunity. Really felt great, and yeah, thank you very much. Take care, everyone.